Yeah, sorry to everyone who was watching there. That crashed my graphics driver. That is super weird. Super duper weird. I've never had the game do that before. I mean, it's done some weird stuff, but never that. I've had a game crash itself, or me get kicked out the game. That's disconcerting. Just when we were doing well. I'm probably going to win that game. Sad times. Sad times. Why do you hate me, Warno? Why do you hate me? No, I mean it's all fine again now. It's just bizarre. Warno can be very difficult. Maybe Bamalam. Clearly didn't like me at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have one last game. I don't know. These guys will be stuck in one for a while. I'll have one last game of Warno. Are there any games up? Oh, there is. Oh, there are two there. I see in a wooden box. There we go. That was a shame. Just hopped into another games with a wooden box, guys. Just so you're not wondering what I'm doing. It's because it'll be on my last Warno of the evening before I switch to Wargame. Hope your guys' game goes okay. Okay. So, where are we going? Mace Window's going there. A wooden box, pick somewhere and I will come and hold your hand. Boss is going over there. I have 39th again, a wooden box, so I can go wherever. I have lots of infantry and I have tanks. Did you just type your own name? Trying to do a sign? Oh, I see. You're typing. What are you doing, a wooden box? Absolutely bonkers. You're just bonkers. I'm gonna splash out and bring some Razvedka. I'll be proper pro and line them all up, because I get told off by Protoss for not lining my things up perfectly on the road. Let's bring a couple of Iglas straight away. Let's bring our rocket helos again, because they were very helpful last time. Let's bring a couple of T-62s, because they're cheap and effective. Move them fast up there. Let's bring some Sapri-RPO, because again, they're pretty cheap and effective. And I will line them all up on the road. Look at that. Look at the effort I'm going to line stuff up properly. Protoss, if you're ever watching this, look at the effort I went to. I hope you appreciate my effort. I guess I should probably send some standard infantry as well. Let me send some BMP 3. There's a BMP 3 is pretty good as well. And then we should probably bring in some standard AA. Oh, it started already. That was quick. Hey, Josh. Oh, well, welcome to the party. It is an older game, but it is a fun game. Have you been playing many games of it? Have you got any of the DLC and stuff, or just the base game, or? Takes a little bit of getting into, working out what's what. Yeah, and sorry for anyone who has rejoined the stream, because obviously it very frustratingly my graphics driver crashed. Wooden box with all the special AF Clara. Forward deploy stuff coming. You don't have any forward deploy stuff, do you? Oh, you mean they're sending forward deploy stuff? I see. Is maybe what a wooden box means. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here.
Смена полетного задания. Понял. Меняю позицию. Отбой. Жду ваших указаний. Выходим и в стороны. Ротор поврежден.
Now we kill the squad of infantry with the choppers. We'll just have to be careful with them now. Let's bring in some more Sapri-RPO, because clearly we're going to need it. Oh, it's major defeat. He was in one of the other games we were in. Gazelle cannon that. Let's get these guys moved up to try and engage that. Let's go, 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 go. That's the AA at that side dead. So let's get these guys moved up at this side. BMP3s will do plenty of damage to these guys. Eagle is staying pretty far forward. We've got a USZ there. We need a command in, don't we? Is anyone getting commands? I can bring command in. Infantry commander for that one. Oh, that's rude.
Экипаж танка к бою готов.
Infantry, loads of cheap infantry, please. Yeah, there we go. And maybe some more AA coming up here. Let's get a Strela up here.
У нас потери.
Where's my recon squads? I need to recon over here urgently. There's Vedka over this way.
Наблюдаю противника. Прием.
Anti-air in here and some recon over. It's just Grenza here. I mean, my Igla should be able to deal with that. These guys pushing this way.
Выполнение боевой задачи готов.
Let's push along here. Push this up. Push this over here.
Противник замечен.
Want a couple more tanks, cheap tanks, that'll do, and some more recon, and some more infantry really, but I can't afford any. I can afford some infantry. Let's talk in Medes. Oh yeah.
Служу Советскому Союзу.
I'll probably need to bring in some logistics next, actually. Can you get in range of that? No, you're going to struggle. Okay.
Получен приказ стрелять по готовности.
You guys can push across here.
Готов к бою.
Right, Razvedka, push over to here. Sapri RPO can assist there.
Выполнение боевой
For now,
задачи
this
готов.
Sapri RPO is pushing this way. See if we can find their units with this.
Новых указаний.
There's a Bofors there.
Царица полиции.
Poor Igla. Infantry squad. This should put a Sapri squad over here. Sapri RPO can come and help here. This goes over here. They've got some infantry there.
Я ранен.
I want to bring in a couple more helos actually, because that proved quite helpful at the start. I still haven't brought in any supply vehicles.
Someone call for a cab.
These guys can unload here.
Всем залечь.
Good.
Красная армия всех сильней. Feinde direkt vor eigener Stellung. Второй взвод. Выдвигай.
Apache incoming. We can deal with an Apache. We've got Iglas. Let's bring in... Could do some more points actually. Iglas pushing up this way as well. Apaches are good. Apaches are very good.
Разговорчики в строю.
But they're getting close, so that's an advantage for us. Get the motor-stroker BMP back here. These guys over here. I don't know where their command is. Possibly behind that. Because I find it weird that...
Готов к бою. Feindkontakt.
Strela's going to miss everything. Yeah. Strela, absolutely useless. When you want it to hit something, it just doesn't.
Служу Советскому Союзу. В боевой порядок.
Maybe bring in a cheap aircraft. It's 25 rocket. This 25 rocket can attack it. Igla just will not get in range to attack it.
Царица полиции слушает.
There's the command.
По цели. Огонь.
Oh, the Iglas are finally there.
Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
Thanks for turning up to the party.
Огонь по готовности.
Did I bring a command in? Yes, I did. But he doesn't need to be there, so move fast up here to be a spare one in here. Unload here. Just move up that way. Sapri aren't going to be any use against that thing. Let's get these guys over here. Let's get these guys back here. Let's get in some logistics. I brought in some of the tanks, didn't I? Did they ever arrive? There they are. You're going to come up here instead. You're going to come up here as well, Mr. Strela. You're going to come up here as well. Catch you later, dude. So, okay. Oh, I got my rocket attack thingy in, didn't I? Should we see what AA they have? Let's go after that Bradley. Can we please fire at this? Oh, don't. Just stay there and die. It's fine. That's fine.
На связи. Понял, товарищ
Sapri commander here, which can potentially go over that way. Forenza can come over here. They got an eagle in. Strela is engaging it. We need more AA over here, really. Let's bring in a cub. We can probably bring in a big tank now, so let's bring in a T-80. Motor need repairing, but the Sapri RPO can go over this way. Just get them there and then there. Grenzers, let's unload the Grenzers and get them moving. This command is going to go into here. Grenzers can push up here. Let's push these Motor up here. What are those? Just engineers flash. Fine, so the tanks can deal with them without an issue. That's a bomber. No, we didn't lose too much there, actually, surprisingly. Bradley dead. Let's bring in another tank or two then. That did a good job. Let's bring in some more recon down here. Another HE bomber. Well done. Good bomb. Good bomb. Unload these guys. Let's just push up with everything. You're going to come across here. You're going to come all the way across here. Grenzer here. We need more tanks, don't we? Yeah, everything's... They've got a few too many vehicles there. I need tanks. I did have some on the way. But the engineers flash are pulling out. Let's say bomb on that. Oh good, it survived. We're just going to move that across. We need to bring in more AA then, because they're bringing in loads of air. It's alright, I can counter air, that's fine. Mostrelki Metis are going to go in that building, and that's fine. Mostrelki are going to come this way. HE bomber again, yeah. It's just going to be air spam central until we get loads of AA up here. Sorry guys, I'm completely distracted playing the game. No. Get used to playing against the AI and stuff. The AI is terrible. It doesn't play like human players will in Wargame Red Dragon, but you're not doing yourself any damage. Apologies, Josh. Completely lost in the game there for a second. I've live streamed it once, but the thing is, because I'm putting up the episodes, it's a lot of extra editing to take out me chatting to the people in chat. So that's why I haven't been streaming it all the time. Just because people like the episodes, but not everybody likes the streams. So I've tried to decide that I'm balancing it by mainly doing that as a sort of episodic thing rather than streaming it. It's not to say I won't ever stream it, but it's just not priority right now. Let's bring in another Sapri RPO here. Let's bring in some more infantry. Sapri RPO coming here. I called in... Didn't I call in some more tanks? I did. They're just taking absolutely ages to get here. Oh, an Abrams. Very nice. Very nice choice. T80 is there. T80 can push across to here. Come on. We've got so much AA there and it's still not killing stuff. Let's pull that back. T80 is in an okay position. It's not going to be able to hit that thing, but it's in an okay position. Oh, very nice from a wooden box. That cub can move slightly. Strella's in a good position. Sapri can move up. Well, the Sapri RPO can come over here. Probably bring in some more Sapri RPO because they've proven very useful this game. Oh wow, they were so far ahead in points. I didn't realise what was going on elsewhere on the map. I'm completely lost in the game. Hey Lancetama, welcome to the stream. I mean, we're not winning yet. This is... Yeah, I don't know how I feel about what's going on right now. I'm going to try and get these Razvedka into here and then use these tanks to help push. That tank is routed. T80 there. Let's move the Grenza up to here now. Just need to make sure our tanks are spread out. I've got points so we can bring in some more infantry. Ideally I'd love to push into there, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. We might just have to hold and try pushing elsewhere. Like, what's going on here? A wooden box is pushing here. Maybe we assist a wooden box there. Because I'm sure we can hold this. Why are these tanks not firing? Apache rocket coming in. AA. Couple of Iglas. Let's bring in... Do we have an anti-air jet? Not a cheap one. Come on, Strela. Get a kill. Come on, it's routed. Igla get the kill? Yes, Igla got the kill. 2 Abrams there. Not good. Bring in logistics. Interesting. So what we need to do is bring in some infantry down here. So, come on, Strelky. A motor Strelky. I don't have enough points for any more. Fair enough. Let's move the Grenzers up, actually. Oh, we've lost our command in this back point. Crap. I had no idea. Let's bring up my Sapri RPO squad here. Infantry squad to defend it. I don't have any. I've had a command sat there ages. I didn't realise there was no command in this point anymore. It's easy solved. Oh, this needs repairing as well. Let's get the Sapri RPO over this side instead. They're getting loads of points. We're only going to lose. As I hadn't realised that they'd taken that. I'm a little bit baffled by that. Hey Grigory. I haven't pulled any out in this game, but I do have some. They're using a lot of aircraft to just kill tanks and stuff in this game. Pretty brutal. Apache there. Where's my command squad? Come on. Yeah, they're making a push here. I mean, it's in their interest to push us, I guess. They need to take that point back. Is my command in there? Yes. They're still +1 though, even at that. Oh, because a wooden box is struggling there. I mean, realistically, I'm having to spend a lot of points on defending this. Just need to pull that across there to repair that tank first. These guys need to engage this. The Apache's coming in there, so let's get these guys back and the Motostrelki back as well. Don't really want to fight the Apaches. I really want to send stuff somewhere else, but Igla. Apaches are so powerful now. Apaches are so powerful now. Yeah, I mean, I can't really do anything about the Apaches. It's quite annoying. I have to call in aircraft to try and kill them. Expensive aircraft, which won't do it. I have nothing to respond with there, really. T-62 might be able to get some shots from the side. Probably kill the Leopard with this. Well, there are 2 Mirages there. Yeah, I'm against 2 people now. I mean, it's the end of the game, but it feels like game over. I have to move all of these guys over. That tank did not survive long. Motostrelki BMP can move across. Oh, hey Lathans! You're raiding me! Welcome. Oh, do you have a good stream? Did you win the rest of your games? A wooden box is here. Somewhere. He's over here. It is not going well right now. I was doing fine, but then this guy brought a friend. And it's now not going very well. But prior to that, we were doing okay. But now it's not going well at all. I'm so confused, Lathans. You raided me with 19 people, then apparently 2 people. That is genuinely confusing. I don't understand. There we go. Good motorstrike. Good. Keep moving. Oh, you killed the seed. Well done. The MP2 can move across here. These guys can cover the road. And my rocket attack chopper is still alive somehow. The 101 there, dead, good, beautiful. Reinforcements are on the way, they're just late to the party. That's artillery hitting us there. That's a good job of moving some of my units around. Could do with some more logistics up here. Yeah, I mean, they're bringing in seed, which is fair. I'm not really microing my AA at the minute. I should be. They weren't bringing in seed before, though. They are way ahead of us. It bugged out on your side. I'm sure there's lots of decks I need to adjust. This one, I didn't really want to change it too much. But as you know, Grigory, I play to what I want to play with rather than bringing in the strongest deck possible. I've never been big on that. If you want the strongest deck possible, ask Slathans. Uh-oh. That's a tank. They're breaking in, this isn't good. Got to kill the Abrams. I really need more infantry up here. Got my last Sapri RPO. Let's get a couple of standard Sapri. Let's get a couple of these guys with our anti-tanks. There's a Jeopard there on the road. Let's get this tank that way. Let's get this tank over here. So these guys this way. Let's get our rocket attack thing moving in. Here comes a napalm strike. Unsurprisingly. I've lost most of my AA, which is a little bit frustrating, but we've got some from a wooden box at the back, which is fine. Tow launcher there, should be dead. Sapri RPO, there's an Abrams there. Can we please kill that Abrams? The napalm coming in. I'm just getting a lot of units killed at the minute. I want to get this guy up to kill that tank. These guys need to kill the fire team. And this needs to kill the tank. And come and kill this Abrams. Close range. Oh, you're dead because something over there killed you. Never mind. Oh, Apache. They have something over here. I'm going to kill it. That's obviously a command vehicle. It's dead. Good. Let's bring in some more helos. This is completely me misbehaving, but we just have to stop them getting into the point. I mean, I can hold potentially, but we lost a lot of units when they started bringing in other people. I was fine against one. I was fine against one. Nah, getting overwhelmed now. Getting overwhelmed. Ugh, lots of choppers. I don't like the choppers. I'm not a fan of how much they've changed the choppers, Lathans. Really not. Why is there a Roland 2 coming up that way? Is that like an attack move all? Oh, a leopard. That'd be a nice thing to kill. Did they kill the command in there? Yes, they did. That's a shame. I'm bringing another command for this point. Oh, I've got a command knocking around there. Marder unit over there. Has that person left the game? Oh yeah, they have. I mean, they've almost won. Oh, it's such a shame we didn't have another command there. Never even thought about it. If I can get up to the side of these guys, we can do some damage with these. Game over. GG. GG. I was positive to kills to losses. So was a wooden box. I could have gone either way. Wasn't too bad. Since Lathan's dragged all these poor people here, we will have another game of WARNO. Otherwise, I'd feel rude switching to Wargame when Lathan's has brought all these WARNO people here. So we will have one more. Otherwise, I switch to Wargame and then I feel like I've been rude to Lathan's. Let's see. Let me. I don't know what I want to play as. See, I don't dare take 4th Motsuchin because they don't have any decent. Actually, I could quickly edit the deck. I like the 4th Motsuchin division, but I don't have any man pads in the deck. Because they don't have good man pads, I suppose. Oops. Didn't want to make a new deck. I wanted to edit the one I already had. Come on. Where is it? There it is. Edit. They only have the Strellas. The Strellas are so bad. I'm going to take them anyway. I hate myself already. And then I need to get rid of something that I'm not going to use. So I'm going to get rid of some of the helos. I'm getting rid of that helo. It's only worth 1 point. I'm getting rid of that. That gives me 3 points. That means I can bring in an infantry commander, which for some reason I'd forgotten to put in my deck. forward deployable one. Job done. But yes, I need to go through and redo all my decks. It is on my list of things to do. Because some of them I haven't updated in a long time. And obviously there's been a lot of changes this patch and everything else. But that's okay. We will get around to it. The game was full and now it's empty. What's going on? We have dropped over 100 players since we started playing. There were 511 people playing the game, not necessarily online. We're now down to 391. And we were abandoned by a wooden box. Oh, there is... I was going to say, that's not our... Is that our game? No, that's not our game. I'm so confused right now. That must be our game. It's the only one up. With people in. It is almost full. People just keep leaving and joining. For anyone who's wanting to play, it's the only 10v10 game that's filling up, I think. Oh, it's full. No, someone left. It's full again. It will start eventually, honest. There we go. So how is everyone this evening anyway who's just joined from Lathan's? Was Lathan smashing everything after I left? I did hang around for a bit and watch him doing a very good job of winning games, as always. See, it's nice for you. You get to see a pro play and then come and watch me play, and I am not a pro. I'm terrible at the game. Oh, someone even marked up straight away. I don't know where I want to go. I don't have good tanks. I mean, to be fair, this deck doesn't have massively good anything. I just get some forward deployment stuff, which is quite useful. I'm tempted to go towards the centre, you know. Hey, everyone's new at some point. You'll pick it up quickly, I'm sure. Well, we got Kells going here. Haven't marked up. What always happens in this is one side or the other collapses. I'm not seeing a lot here, so I'm going to push here. And I'll try and initially hold with some forward deployment troops, because they can be very useful if you get up that quickly enough. Again, I'm trying my best to, you know, when I do my forward deployment stuff, put them all neatly in a row. I'd love to get into this town area and just... No, that was silly. So I want to do that and then unload. This is where they all get out now, even though I've done that. Oops. I got some Alpha Clara there, so we'll send some of those up as well. We'll get one of these guys to this side. And we'll have another one at this side here. He'll get there and he will unload. They'll probably have forward deployment stuff as well. So we're going to be really cheeky and we're going to take 2 choppers. And we're going to attack move them and just do that. I don't care if these choppers die. They are there to slow down the enemy forces if possible. I'm going to put down another squad of Jaeger. Just so we have some more infantry in here. Standard infantry. And then we'll bring in a couple of flamethrower troops at the back. And we'll get those up here as well, preferably. And we've got 8 seconds left to put down 2 pieces of AA. Okay. There we go. 1 piece of AA. Never mind. I'm going to bring in a couple of these guys. I'm concerned about choppers. Choppers are an increasing issue, especially the Apaches. They do so much damage now. So I'm just... It feels like right now the Iglas are some of the best things. Well, Iglas are the best thing we could use, but Strela is all we have. So Strela is what we'll bring in. And it's certainly not the best thing ever, but never mind. Someone's brought in a command there. That's very nice. Mandos is coming with me. The Strela is just very inaccurate. I mean, it's an accuracy of 30%, which is pretty bad. The big Strela, the vehicle, has a good accuracy, in my opinion. 50% is good enough, but the manpad Strela isn't so good. Yeah, go choppers, go. Beautiful job, choppers. That was better than I could possibly imagine from them. Absolutely delighted with that performance. Okay, so they have some AA in now, so we'll just pull out of the way. That's fine. Infantry. Let's bring a couple of SPG-9s in as well. Let's bring in some more standard infantry. There we go. Oh, no, Strela, oh, Strela. Never mind. These things happen. These things happen. Probably need a couple of tanks up here or something to deal with that, don't we? Leo 2A3s are a problem. They do a lot of damage. Leo 2A3s are a big problem. I forgot that was coming in fairness. Yeah, they've got a lot of tanks here. I'm against Major Defeat again. He's a pretty good player. I don't have anything that can effectively deal with these tanks. I need Conkers in then. But that's not going to be the ideal situation. I need them to come nice and close. Let's bring in some more infantry. No, wrong squads. Standard cheap squads. I just need to be able to hold their tanks back. The tanks are an issue.
Hier Boomer, sind auf Empfang. Abgesessene Kampfreiter.
That squad there is in a bad position.
Hier Boomer, sind auf Empfang.
They've pushed up quite far here. We don't have a command in here. Hang on. I need to bring a command in for this.
Wir sind Ihre Augen- und Ohrengenosse. Allzeit bereit, immer bereit.
PG9s, get these guys up here. This can go over here.
Nach dem Klassenfeind. Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
SPG9s are a pretty good unit.
Ich diene der Deutschen Demokratischen Republik. Gib mir Morphium!
Command can come in for here. They're slightly ahead in points. They've sort of got a foothold in this corner here. But they haven't capped all their points either at the minute, or they'd be ahead of us. Let's bring in some more Pioneer Flams. Really need those... really need the ATGM stuff to arrive.
Schwerbestand aufgebraucht.
Come on, Conkers. We need you up here rapidly.
Sani, hol den Sani, verdammt!
We held them off a bit at the start, but there are two of them here, so, you know, it is what it is. And that guy also likes to spam bombers and stuff, as we found out in the last game. So we will need plenty of AA.
Neue Aufträge?
Could do some logistics, actually. Let's bring that up. Conkers have arrived. Good. A little bit concerned about this here. Mandos is dealing with it. This Kel guy is doing okay there. These guys can come over this way. I'm a little bit concerned that stuff's coming in through there. Over here is... he's got lots of units here, but he needs to push across really to help there. Is my command arriving? Yes it is, it's almost there. Let's unload these guys. BTRs can move here. Conkers are going to move to there and there. That's fine. These guys are going to come up here. Not quite there. Ambush squads there. Oh, joy. Abusive people in chat, as always. Welcome to any game by Eugen. Need... I did call in more infantry, didn't I? Yeah.
Sperrbestand aufgebraucht. Brauchen Wunderschub. Auf Empfang. Es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Fahrgelegenheit gefällig. Sanitäter!
Not you, stay there. HE bomber is about to kill all of my stuff here. Conkers aren't going to do a good job against these tanks. The tanks are going to be a real issue for me. I mean, we're going to just have to try and bomb them, which isn't the ideal situation. I mean, they've got AA there, so let's just evac that. It's already damaged. How the heck did that get damaged coming in the map? They have AA behind us. They must do.
Acker, wirf! Ich diene der Deutschen Demokratischen Republik. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Neue Befehle? Wir wurden aufgeklärt.
Bring in some metas as well. Conkers here are doing an alright job just keeping that stuff back. I'm just going to move them because I imagine they'll call in artillery and stuff on these guys. Plenty of flams can go up here. Let's unload these guys. There's the leopards. He's moved them round there. As I say, fighting two people here with I need bigger tanks. Oh, there's T-80s from Mandos. Beautiful. Mandos, I love you. These are pretty cheap, thankfully. But it's being able to see them. I need more recon. Very nice from Mandos with the fire support from the tanks. These guys, if they could find that command, would be in a good position. I'm just kind of holding them here. There's 3 players here. Thank God Mandos is here. Got a few stuff coming out. Quite a few infantry squads here. Maybe need to bring in a couple of tanks just to provide some fire support sat back here. It's time to bring in some artillery as well. It's expensive though. Really do with some more munitions and stuff, if anything. Meta squad can come over here. It's not the ideal situation, but they can come over that way. Those guys are running. Good use of mortars there. Let's bring in a couple of pieces of artillery then. Screw it. It's a challenge just to hold. Well, thanks for following, man, by the way. Aye. There's the big artillery pieces. I think that just immediately killed my scouts that I brought in that I hadn't even got out of their vehicle yet. That's depressing. So we're switching into the artillery spam game, I guess. Well, that's why I bought some.
Bereit für den Kampf.
There's an Abrams just driving across that.
Verdammt! Feindkontakt.
Beautiful. Rear shot.
Sammeln. Befehlsausgabe.
I do have that there. Just going to move that to the side there.
Frei. Korridor, Joho.
They've got so many big tanks that I can't really... I don't feel like I can push at the minute.
Haben wir noch eine Frage, ist es aus?
Let's bring in another Conkers up here since we lost one. Let's bring in...
Feuer und Bewegung.
We've got all these tanks here. Look at them all.
Starke Abwehrfeuer. Puma Ende. Scheiße, Mann. Rückwärts. Marsch.
I mean, it's very difficult to deal with that many tanks.
Geschütz wird auf Ziel ausgerichtet. Ich diene der Deutschen Demokratischen Republik. Der Tank wird auch positioniert.
Metis launcher can't even see that.
Nachschub ist nicht alles, aber alles ist ohne Nachschub nichts. Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium!
Fine, we risk losing a couple of jets, I guess. We have to try and kill them. It's going to be an expensive thing, but we will do it. If they shoot the jets down, they shoot the jets down. Here come the Apaches. Been waiting for those for a while. Strela versus Apache. Apache usually wins.
Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium! Ihr könnt Luftverteidigung bieten. Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. Und auf vier Fünf.
I think everything that they were shooting at had vanished by the time they came in. Sadly.
Und eine Verbotzone schaffen.
See, I just don't have any big tanks in this deck, which is a huge problem.
Befehl обнаружено. Ihre Befehle, Genosse Hauptmann? Fertig machen zum Straßenmarsch.
I mean, I can bring in T-55s, which I'm sure I called in T-55s ages ago, and I can only assume they died. Didn't even see what happened to them. Oh, these guys got pushed right back. None of the points are moving very much.
Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. Wann kommt der Spieß mit der Verpflegung? Scheiße, verdammt, wir haben Munition geladen. Der Kommandant begrüßt Sie an Bord. Es hat Uli erwischt!
Really struggling with these tanks in the middle. Just really lacking
Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою.
decent anti-tank.
Rotte bereit. Luftverteidigung führt Stellungswechsel durch. Wo wollen Sie die Flugabwehr haben? Abgesessene Kampfweise. Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. Abhocken. Befehlsausgabe. Neuer Kampfauftrag, Genosse? Luftnahunterstützung bereit.
Didn't get the kill. It died though. It's quite sad.
Holt den Sanibader ab. Schütz wieder auf Ziel ausgerichtet.
Try and kill that Avenger, shall we?
Gebt mir Morphium.
Conker's trying its best to get some kills, failing.
Korridor, Joho. Feindkontakt. Gegen Faschismus und Militarismus.
Need to bring in more infantry. I'm running short on infantry as well. And look at this just wall of tanks coming at me.
Sani,
I'm really glad Mandos is here for fire support. Really glad.
Flugabwehr bereit.
Apache.
Ja, Genosse Hauptmann. So schnell wie möglich.
There's some tanks of mine. I called those in over there. These should be close enough to do some damage.
Systemüberprüfung abgeschlossen. Einsatzbereit.
That's going to die to the Apache. Oh, dear God. I hate Apaches.
Egal wie 12 kampfbereit. Jawohl, Genosse. Es hat Uli erwischt. Viel zu weit um. Feuer.
They dodge so many missiles now. There we go, finally dead. Can you guys even hit that from there? Chance to hit very hard.
Zu Ihrer Verfügung, Genosse. Ihr könnt den Himmel freimachen, Genosse. Sie wünschen, Genosse Hauptmann? Rückwärts, verdammte Scheiße. Egal wie 12 kampfbereit.
I mean, my tanks aren't any use once they've gone further away. I feel at a bit of a loss now, because I don't have enough infantry now to deal with this. Maybe we could have dealt with one player. Some more logistics back here.
Es gibt nur zwei Arten von Menschen: Artilleristen und Ziele. Alles innerhalb von 50 Meter ist ein Volltreffer. Hören Sie klar und deutlich.
Well, that leopard's close enough now for us to kill it. Definitely. Once we get up here.
Ich diene der Deutschen Demokratischen Republik.
He is about to die, so he needs to pull back. And unload all of these. He's pulled his tank back again. They're playing well. Can't fault them. They are playing well. That munitions is going to pull back here. These guys are going to unload here. Pull them across this side. My thing's still firing. I'm just going to move them over a bit. You notice the lag still when you zoom out in these 10v10s. Grab the wrong thing. That leopard should die here. Plenty of T-80s there. Come on, T-80s, get the kills. Yes, beautiful, well done. Infantry, it's got some pioneers in. Got one squad of those left as well. Metas can go over there. ATGM troops can push up to here again. Try and support our infantry there with some munitions and stuff. Cluster bomber coming in. TOR-2 launcher, man. TOR-2s are so good.
Es gibt nur zwei Arten von Menschen: Artilleristen und Ziele. Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides. Готовьтесь, противник замечен. Wir brauchen Artillerie.
Yeah, destruction's really good. I really want it to have less points for tactical games, because I think it'll be really fun, just like it is in Wargame. But you just have so many points right now that it just turns into an artillery fest for whoever's got the most points. So whoever just controls most of the map at the start wins. It's really, you know, it just doesn't feel balanced.
Am Ende kommt es immer auf den Infanteristen und sein
One
Gewehr
team
an.
just feels like it has the advantage.
Bewegung, Sie sind hier nicht auf der Fritz-Heckart. Geschütz, halt.
Just move my units around again. Just bring them a couple of munitions things in.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt, verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Auf Empfang.
Cheap flame tank in.
Rückwärts, verdammte Scheiße!
Pioneers get over here.
Einsatzbefehl.
Unload those guys right where they are.
Kann losgehen. Ah, es hat mich erwischt, verdammt.
Unload, unload, unload. There you go.
Ja, dort, Feind dort. Zum Schützenrudel aufgehen, auf meine Höhe. Готовьтесь, противник замечен. Hier, Puma, sind auf Empfang. Verstanden, wird ausgeführt.
Apaches again.
Aber kein gutes Gefühl dabei. Sollen wir wen mitnehmen? Abgesessene Kampfweise. Der Feind ist in Reichweite. Wir auch. Wir schaffen es nicht. Auf Empfang. Sani, hol den Sani, verdammt. Ah, aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken.
Come on, that should be a kill on that, Abrams. Come on.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt, verdammt.
Yeah, someone killed it. That'll do me. As long as someone killed it.
Überwachen den Luftraum.
Can we kill that Apache? Come on, Strellas. Be brave. Be bold. Get a kill.
Pioniere bereit. Ihr bucht ein. Weiter kann. Signal, Pedal. Auf, Einmarsch.
Infantry here is an issue for me because I'm really running out of infantry.
Der geht fast durch.
Time for the random spam. We're currently +1. It's pretty good.
Korridor, Joho. Sani! Motor an und dann los. Wo wollen Sie die Flugabwehr haben? Druck, Luftabwehr, rückt auf!
Yeah, infantry is now a struggle. Hey, Sunclausewitz.
Ja, Brenners, Zähle auf der Route nach. Wollen Sie, dass wir hier draufgehen? Ruhe!
I'm less bothered about cheap tanks. That I can deal with T-55s.
Radar! Fünfte Kompanie bereit.
That's a lot of cheap tanks, though. And they've got a cluster coming in to kill my tank.
Gib mir Morphium! Rückwärts, rückwärts!
Yeah.
Gegen Faschismus und Militarismus. Bewegung, Sie sind hier nicht auf der Fritz-Heckart.
Should be able to stop these tanks. I mean, he's smoking, but
Sanitäter!
the Conkers aren't going to do much against them. I don't have any cluster bombers in this deck. This is a shame. I do have HE bombers, though.
Deren Zone! Haben Sie neue Zielkoordinaten?
Drop some artillery on them as well. This is just complete insanity, by the way. Just for the record.
Zu Ihrer Verfügung, Genosse. Marschgeschwindigkeit erreicht.
This is either going to be incredible or do absolutely nothing.
Sie haben Verluste!
No, there's a Challenger Mark II there as well.
Scheiße, uns hat zerfällt! Finger am Abzug. Rücken vor.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything then. So there are 4 players here in the middle. This poor guy's being pushed right back. They're being pushed right back. We are doing okay over there though, but we're struggling to hold here now.
Verschwinden wir von hier! Marschbereitschaft erstellt. Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
Did they kill that tank?
Scheiße, unser Tempel!
I think they just killed a Challenger Mark II.
Brauchen Sie uns, Genosse? Kampfvisier. Feuer selbstständig eröffnet. Wir haben Verluste! Feuerbereit! Hydraulik ist ein! Klar zum Gefecht! Wir sind ganz oben.
Can't believe they just killed the Challenger Mark II. That's bizarre.
Auf geht's. Wir schützen die Deutsche Demokratische Republik. Feuer und Bewegung. Kämpfer des Weißen. Erste Schlacht zum Sprung, wir greifen gleich an. Korridor, Joho.
Got to move my artillery last time it fired.
Приготовиться к бою.
Oh, everyone has this problem when you zoom out. Interestingly, it's possibly something to do with network code rather than other stuff. Because I always expected it to be related to...
Hit dem Opium. Was sind Ihre Befehle? Papa!
Well, they've still got a thingy over there.
Rückwärts raus!
Still got...
Für den Luftraum. Munition erhalten.
TOW 2 in there.
Sani, gut ist Sani verdammt.
I mean, we're just outnumbered in terms of what they have there, sadly. I don't have any infantry to deal with their infantry now.
Sani,
That's all I've got left in there. Let's bring in all of our mortars.
verschossen. Hier geheim zum Aufmunitionieren. Artillerie zu Dienst. Bin raus! Ende! Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht. Sani, holt den Sani verdammt! Ende des Kurs auf 5-3-0. Feind gesichtet!
I'm gonna try and kill that Eyehawk.
Werft das Zielgebiet ab! Der Feind ist in Reichweite. Wir auch.
Hell's surrendered, he was the guy in here.
Verschossen. Hier geheim zum Aufmunitionieren.
Well, HE bomber did its thing, I think.
Genosse Hauptmann.
Lost the jet, but I can stop those guys firing now.
Враг в поле зрения.
I mean, I think we're gonna resort to just defending as best we can now, cause
Abhocken. Befehlsausgabe.
I don't think we can do much else.
Ruhe.
Yeah, let's just pull back.
An alle Einheiten.
I mean, we're not going to be able to deal with that. Mandos has got some infantry left, but I'm super short on infantry, so
Jawohl.
it's not going to happen.
Es hat Uli erwischt.
Bradley's coming in now.
Осторожно, противник рядом.
Recon Bradleys of all things. Good units. One of those guys in since I got missiles. But yeah, we're gonna kind of just be sat waiting.
Ja, броня. Цель обнаружена.
They've kind of got this area here. I can bring in my remaining pioneers to try and help hold here. There's multiple commands sat next to each other there. That's not good. They're currently +1. I think they're probably going to win this. We're doing so well at this side, and we've held versus 3 or 4 people here intermittently, so we've not done badly.
Betankt und aufmunitioniert.
But it's obviously not enough. Are those guys really close to the ground? No, they're not. They're quite high.
Feuerunterstützung bereit.
Tank's pushing this side now, so we'll just push these this way. Well, there's ATGMs over here. Let's bring in... I don't have any points. There's a T-80 here doing the job. Motorstrikey doing the job here. I have Clara can push along and help. Tanks can push up and deal with that leopard. That's for definite. Let's drop some mortars on them. No, it's dead, I think. Load these guys, unload this guy. Off Clara can still push up here. Not sure how much good this will do now. Unload all these guys. I can bring in an infantry commander in here. Like rifles. If we can get close, we'll do damage. Did we lose 2 squads, or they all just stood on top? I think they all just stood on top of each other. Push this way, but I mean, they've got choppers there. A very expensive AA jet to try and stop them. Got an Abrams there. I lost my jet, but I got the chopper. Yes, beautiful. Again, I lost my jet, but they're +3. I think they've won this one. I think they've won this one. We're still holding in the middle, just. I have lost another tank. I'm bringing in these guys because they're the last anti-tank I have, and at least there's BMPs with them and stuff. Let's bring in some anti... Yeah. I mean, I can probably hold, but... Well, they won that fight. How are we doing over here? Not great. Well, those guys have neutralized that. This is still neutralized because I've got my command in here. I should move that one out for now, just so it's nearby, but not actually in. We have multiple commands in again. Let me move this guy all the way up here, just so they're not stood on top of each other. I mean, we're literally just holding here.
Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen.
Es gibt nur zwei Arten von Menschen. Artilleristen und Ziele.
Over halfway. Still 20 minutes to go in this game. God, it's a long game.
Готовьтесь, противник замечен. Ihr werdet beschossen.
I prefer it when it's a little bit faster. I kind of wish they'd steamrolled us. Just so it was over. Cluster bomber coming in. I was going to say napalm coming in for these guys.
Lageinformation für uns.
Why have I got so many pioneers here?
Es geht los. In Deckung gehen! Враг в поле зрения. Hier Lux. Funküberprüfung. Kommen! In Deckung gehen!
I don't even know what killed those as I came in.
Neuer Sperrauftrag. Neue Befehle?
I mean, they've got too much in there and I have no infantry left, so I can't do anything.
Die Artillerie verleiht der hässlichen Klopperei etwas Würde.
Drop some artillery on here. Here comes their horde.
Wir haben Verluste! Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Aufklärer bereit.
But yeah, out of inf. That's game, set, and match, I'm afraid.
Feind im Vorfeld aufgeklärt.
I do like the 4th Mod Teaching Division, but I don't feel like they're competitive right now. You need something with just huge amounts of infantry to hold. And big tanks. 39th is king.
In 3 Tagen sind wir am Rhein. Ganze Zeit bin ich nachdenken. Sanitäter! 104 warte auf Einsatzbefehl.
Bring in some bombers for these.
Wir haben Ausfälle! Verschossen. Gegen 1 zum Aufpolitionieren. Ausweichen! Wir haben Ausfälle!
Artillerie steht unter Feuer.
Do what I need to do.
Wir wurden aufgeklärt! Scheiße, verdammt, wir haben Munition geladen!
Losing a lot of stuff here.
Feuerunterstützung bereit.
Wir wurden aufgeklärt!
Hält von Freund und Feind nicht viel. Hält nur Flächenziel.
So much pain when I zoom out.
Haltet Ausschau nach dem Klassenfeind! Wrak blisko! Защищайте орудие!
Yeah, I mean, they're all the way to the end of the points here. We haven't managed to break through at that side. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of units there, but obviously it's not really moving anywhere. Whereas these guys are just pushing constantly.
Feind gesichtet!
Well,
Wir haben Ausfälle!
Mando's on the bright side. We held for a long time versus 3 people. It's not terrible.
Haben Sie neue Zielkoordinaten?
Я броня! Цель обнаружена! Einsatzbefehle, Karte, Kompass. Kann losgehen. Sollen wir wen mitnehmen?
But let them have it now. It needs to be over. It's so long.
Vorfeld, bereit machen.
My brain is frazzled.
Bereit zur Rekognoszierung, Genosse. Neue Befehle? Energiedämpfung.
Враг в поле зрения.
What armor does it? It does have quite a lot more armor.
Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою.
Surprised they haven't put a command in now. Or maybe they have. No, I don't think we have a command in there, so they probably have. Just not bothered.
Feindkontakt.
Oh, they brought a command in.
Befehlsausgabe.
Not having that.
Sollen wir irgendwo einsickern? Es gibt nur zwei Arten von Menschen. Artilleristen und Ziele.
Somewhere here. Don't know what it is, but it's somewhere here. These guys are on the move. That's a good sign. I mean, if they could swing around the back, maybe.
Ausweichen.
Oh my god, there's so much stuff here.
Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою.
Achtung, wir wurden aufgeklärt.
They have a lot of flame troops.
6, 2, 3, 4. Schnelle Befehle, Genosse Unterfeldwebel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even getting in range to throw my satchel charges at them.
Впереди противник. Поворачивать.
Don't have any HE bombers left. I think I killed the command, though.
Der Hauptfeldwebel ist ein verdammter Schleifer. Bleibt die Nachschubsspinner.
Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Посадка. Bereit zum Angriff.
Valiant sacrifice.
Vor, Genosse. Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken. Neues Ziel auf dem Radar. Feindkontakt.
Well played to the enemy team. They did a really good job. Our guys are on the move. There's a lot of stuff there, but it's not progressing very fast, which means they're going to win. But I'm just kind of glad it's over at this point. This is 11 PM. I played WARNO a lot tonight.
Artillerie zu Dienst.
My poor tanks are surrounded by infantry. Need some recon in here, don't we? Again, that's all. I've got no recon left.
Приготовиться к бою.
There we go. Game over. Finally. I am not going to have a good score. Yeah, 6,000 kills, 6,755 losses. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. That was painful. That was painful. It is challenging when you get into games 10v10 because there's just so much going on. If one team gets an advantage, it's hard to swing it back sometimes. On occasion you do. I'm afraid that is it for WARNO this evening. I'm now going to switch to Wargame Red Dragon for a couple of slightly more chill games of a tactical destruction mode, where the games are truly tactical. So you're more than welcome to stay around for that, but I understand that not everyone is here for anything but WARNO, so please feel free to leave. I'm not going to force you to stay. Let's boot up a Wargame and have a game or two. Just nice and chilled. See what games are up. Well, there's still 500 people on, that's not too bad. Ouch, Wonson Harbour is the only one available. That might be the one we join. It's not my favourite map, but I think that's going to be it. Yeah, Mandos, we did well. We held against 3 and then 4 people. We did well. Well done with your tanks and stuff, man. Because I would have been overrun much earlier if your tanks hadn't been there. You did a really good job. I'm going to reluctantly join a map that I don't like, but it's fine. Good. I was just testing. Sorry, it flicked on the lobby, the actual game lobby. The reason I did that is I just wanted to see if my new setup was working, because I've set it up that I can switch on the Stream Deck that I got, so everything's on its own thingy now. So it works pretty well. I won't leave it on the lobby screen though. I'm just a bit of testing. The reason I won't leave it on the lobby screen is because I can't control what happens in chat. And well, yeah. This is a huge endgame, so people can be slightly abusive in chat. Oh, we're starting already. That was quick. I do love Wargame. It's why I still play it every week. WARNO is getting better, but there's still niggly bits. The air gameplay is much better in Wargame for me. Everything's much more responsive. So, this is a true tactical game. We can't spend a lot of points. We've only got 385. Everything is about half the price-ish that it is in WARNO, for anyone who's not played. This map is basically a horrendous mess in the center. Some people bring in ships infrequently. Someone is apparently bringing in ships, which is fine. People do. I will probably... I mean, the choices are... I think this guy is probably going to head over to Dimitri, because he's put down a load of choppers. So I assume he's going to try and get Dimitri. Plenty of people putting stuff down potentially for the center. I mean, basically it's an infantry fest in the middle. And we have the slightly better side for that because we have cheaper infantry as packed. I don't have the best infantry, but I have plenty of it. And we have this lovely cheap stuff here. So we will take... How many of those should I take, actually? We'll take 4. 3, 4. I managed to put 5 down somehow. Move fast is in a completely different key set in this game. I really need to change it. I'm going to bring in... No, I don't want a commander. I want to bring in one of those, because we will need to resupply our troops. That's actually my commander, I realise, but that's fine. So, good strategy early game is to napalm the roads. It's not something you see done that often anymore. Loads of choppers. Loads of choppers, yeah. So, sometimes you see that in this game because choppers are king. So you can do a chopper spam rush and annihilate your opponents. I can bring in some anti-air though. Longbow is... Look at... That person's entire army just got destroyed by... Yeah, he immediately surrendered. So basically they went helicopter and air heavy. That was a Nighthawk. So a Nighthawk in this game will insta-gib everything. So I'm in here on my own now, which is bad. I think it's particularly bad because I didn't bring many infantry, so we'll have to call in some more. But this is a difficult fight at the best of times. Just trying to get all my vehicles out of there. These guys, are you, thank you. They didn't seem to want to get in the building there. What's that? Getting attacked already. Oh, the infantry. Yeah, we're getting torn apart. They've got a lot of stuff there. We are already on the back foot is a bit of an issue. My guys should get rearmed. I mean, my supply truck will get wiped out very quickly. Okay, not good. Trying to get my supply truck out of the way. But yeah, we're completely overwhelmed here already. I think we've already lost this game. Beautiful opening from them. Chopper spam, air spam. Very effective. Obviously, we lost most of our forces that were going to the centre from that other guy there. It's unfortunate. What have we got in the water there? Nothing too expensive unless he's already lost a ship. So that's not the end of the world. But yeah, that's the infantry dead. But yeah, they've just completely overwhelmed us. So on that basis, I really don't think there's anything we can do to win this game. 3 people have already left. I mean, the game's been going for a couple of minutes. I think on that basis, let's surrender that one, because that's just a really bad start. So we're not winning that one. Let's have a look for a different game. Some maps, if you know everything's clustered in one area, because they're small, if you can get the jets in time and your opponent doesn't have enough jets, then you've just insta-won. So it can be quite painful. It's rare, very rare, but it does happen. Look at the running games, see if anything's ending soon. I've just missed one of the good servers. That's a shame. See if there's any that aren't got many people in. That's on a terrible map. Let's try and fill that one up. Might not happen, but we'll see. See if I can get people to join. It is late to start playing Wargame, so there aren't as many people online, which is unfortunate. Normally when I start playing this, there's still about 900 people on, so for there to be only 500 people on is quite a drop. So I'm expecting this might not work out. Hey, Dank joined. Hey, Dank. For anyone who cares, we are in RU Tactical plus 40%, which is on Mudfight. You are more than welcome to join. It's just a 10v10 tactical. So if anyone wants in, please do feel free. I just didn't announce it because I wanted to see if anyone joined in the first place. Because obviously, much like WARNO, online players aren't just necessarily people online. It can be people who are in single player as well. But we'll give it 5 minutes. If it doesn't fill up in 5 minutes, which it might not, I will actually switch back to WARNO for half an hour and build some decks. Because I do need to build decks for WARNO. But I don't want to play the lobby game all night. We've played a lot of... Oh! That would have been a lot of fun. There's a server called Bashar's Random Deck, and it literally gives you a randomly generated deck. You don't get to choose it, it gives you a randomly generated one. So you could get anything, and it makes you some really interesting games. But unfortunately, it's already in play. That's disappointing. But yeah, we'll wait 5 minutes. If we don't get in, I will switch back to WARNO and we'll build a couple of decks. I think that might be ends up what's happening. It's just unfortunate timing. If you're not in it at the right time. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, there is no filter in Wargame Red Dragon. And people have some very offensive names. And I would love you, Jen, to just ban them all. Okay, they should get a warning first, but yeah. They did try at one point. They're doing a good job at dealing with people in WARNO, and they did try very hard at one point to do the same in Wargame Red Dragon. Fine. I'll give it another couple of minutes. Switch to Al-Assad Tactical. Dank, switch to Al-Assad. It's on a better map anyway. Hopefully that person with the extremely offensive name doesn't join. That might be wishful thinking on my part. Nah, they just joined anyway. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna sorry Dank, I did want to play, but on the basis of there are 2 people in that game with extremely offensive terms in their name, I just can't have that on stream. So I'm going to switch back to WARNO and let's build a couple of decks for half an hour before I call it a night. I think that'll be more entertaining. Let's boot WARNO back up, because I do need to build a couple of decks. I am very out of date. I haven't put in many of the new squads. Sorry about that, Dank, but yeah, it's a big problem. Obviously, trying to stream and you got people with extremely offensive names in games. You, Jen, need to do something about that and chat for WARNO. I keep asking. Yeah, man. That's life, isn't it? That's life. Right then. WARNO. Armory. I have a horrible amount of decks. And there we go. I was going to say it should come straight up. What should we build? What haven't I built for a long time? I mean, all of this stuff is like super old. I can probably just delete this, for example. 35th test. It's like stuff I made for videos. Let's create a 35th deck. Just purely because I'm curious about it. And I haven't built one for a long time. And I think I never built a proper deck. I built one for the video. And I built one... And I'll have tried it out because I did it for the video. But it's been a long time since I've done this one. So we'll call this 35th 3DV. And we're in November now. I try and put months on so that I know where I am. Now, bear in mind that I don't build my decks for 1v1 necessarily. I build them for team games and for things that I want to have fun with. So please do excuse that my decks will not be like Lathan's decks. I will have some similar units, but they will not be identical. If you're wanting 1v1 decks, Lathan's is your man, or Tanner, or Phoenix, or a Wooden Box, or Protoss even. That would be my advice there. So, this is quite nice. So, supplies that are forward deployable, which works for me. Forward deployable command. And then you could bring a chopper. That has a lot of supply. But I don't trust myself not getting it blown up. And the issue at the moment is you can't park that somewhere and then take the UAZ supply truck, supply vehicles to it and then resupply them. There's no like transfer from supply vehicle to supply vehicle at the moment. I'm hoping they're going to add that, the same as you have in Wargame. That's a bit cheaper. Obviously there's a lot less supply there. In the grand scheme of things, I think I'm just going to take 2 sets of those. Because I like to be able to spread my supply about. In terms of infantry, you've got plenty of choice here. Straight away, Metis. So, early game, it's good to have something that's really far forward. If you can forward deploy, that can do anti-tank and anti-vehicle. So the Metis are reasonable anti-tank. Obviously, they've got 17 penetration. The other one that's very good are RPG 29s, these guys. But they're going to be close range. But for long range, you also have the Conkers. And you also have the SPG 9s. SPG 9s are really good. I highly recommend the SPG 9. It is a really, really good gun. It will fire at infantry, it will fire at vehicles. It's, yeah. This is really good early game. It fires very fast as well. And you're bringing these in at elite. So they're really good. I like them. You'll see them in a few of my decks. And you'll see the some of the 1v1 players take stuff like that as well. So we'll definitely take those. I'd just take them in a UAZ because then we can sell it. Because these guys are going to come in right at the front and then we're going to get rid of them. The BTRD robot... It's pretty good. It's got Conker's missile. Nothing wrong with that, for the record. Not really too fussed about the fact it's got the machine guns, but the fact it's got Conker's is pretty good. Because obviously you do have Conker's as well. And they're 60 points. You're bringing that in with that. It's slightly cheaper. Obviously you can't put the vehicle in the building though. So there's a trade-off there. These can also be brought in a robot, but I really wouldn't bother. But to keep things cheap at the start, because everything's more expensive, I'm going to stick with the UAZ myself. I'm also going to bring in the Designated Metis forward deployable, because I like having the Metis launcher. Obviously, feel free to chip in with suggestions, by the way, guys, if you so wish. I'm open to suggestions if people have played the decks and have favourite units. Please do feel free to suggest. Other things to consider now, obviously we've got the ATGM squads, we've got the HMG squads, and we've got the automatic grenade launcher squads. This one, I haven't really tried very much. I'm not sure how good they are. I also think there's a problem with some of these not being able to go in buildings properly, but they should go in buildings, I think. Now, in terms of the guns, or the machine gun squads, you also have the ones down here which have a heavier machine gun, but they're not forward deployable. So, I don't know. I haven't really played very much with them, so I'm tempted to bring in the bigger ones and just see how they perform in the deck. I might regret it. Spetsnaz, forward deployable with RPO launchers. I mean, yes, we're just going to take them. If you think of this squad as you want to get into a forward position and hold until your tanks can arrive. And you don't have the best tanks, but you have tanks, so utilize them. Other than that, you can basically start bringing what you want. We really need probably some Sapri RPO. Though we have the Spetsnaz, but they're quite expensive. But Sapri RPO are pretty good. And you get 6 of them. You also get standard Sapri, which now fire on the move, obviously. That's a change in the recent patch. So that's a pretty good thing to have as well. So I'd possibly consider doing that. But again, personal choice. But I always find as long as you micro them and get them close to the enemy, they are devastating. So I tend to end up taking them. I am going to take these guys just because there's 6 on a card. I'm not as yet convinced by the AGL launcher. I've not really seen it performing. So I might hold off on that for now. In terms of infantry, you get 9 of these guys and they have a decent RPG, which is what I'm more interested in to some extent. They're only a 7-man squad. Down here, the Metis, we've already got a set of those. I wouldn't object to bringing more of those. These guys are a 7-man squad and these guys are a 6-man squad. Now, this is kind of the trade-off. All the squads here are pretty small. These guys obviously very strong RPG 29, but they're a 4-man squad. So they're going to be devastating against tanks, even big tanks. But yeah, they're a 4-man squad, so they're going to die quickly. Got these guys down here, which are the old machine gun squad, shall we say. They have 3 machine guns, so they can put down a lot of suppressive fire. So it really depends what you want at this point. We've got loads of forward deployable stuff, so we've got lots of expense. These guys aren't forward deployable, but they only come in helicopters, which I just wouldn't bother personally. I mean, the only thing I could think to bring them in is probably the Mi-8T rocket, but it is a really, really expensive thing to bring them in as. Do we get those in this deck? Yeah, so they start at 120 points, but you get more rockets. And then the Rocket 2, which has even more rockets. And that one has big rockets, and it's only 100. I mean, I really wouldn't bother bringing them in, personally. I think that's an expensive way to bring them in. So I just concentrate on bringing in your forward deployable ones. Yeah, they're 10 points more, but you can bring them in a gas and then sell the gas. So we'll stick some of those in. I might just take the other squad or the other card of the Metis launchers, because I find them so good to sit in towns and forests and stuff. Then these guys cost their cheap potentially. Maybe. Is there anything? I think this is the only set of things we can bring in the robot. I don't think anything else comes in the robot here. No, these guys can come in a BMD2, which isn't a bad vehicle. And probably do that for some fire support, maybe. Let's drop a squad of those. And let's bring in these guys in the BMD so we have some fire support. Because at the minute, we don't have any sort of fire support vehicles. And I'm sat here in between these. So I've only got one activation point left, and I do want to bring one slot left, and I do want to bring command. So I'm a bit torn because I actually kind of want to bring the robot in because I think it's, you know, it's a cheapish way to get some conkers, and they're not the be all and end all, but it's a cheap way to do. Because if we've got the tank tab, I mean, it's 65 for that one, it's 85 for that one. And we've got T-64s here. They're going to be our mainstay tanks. They're good tanks. I think we've got to drop something here. I think we drop those. I think we bring the conkers and make them super expensive by bringing them in with a robot. And I'm going to regret that choice, but I'm going to try it. And then we need a commander. Our choices are these. Oh, there's one up there. So they have 2 weapons and a 4-man squad. 7-man squad with 3 weapons. Oh. Well, they are Spetsnaz. 7-man squad, 5-man squad. They have an Igla though, which is quite nice. Can't go wrong with an Igla for a commander. They're priced accordingly, but obviously can defend themselves against AA. You get a BTRD with a grenade launcher on it. Oh, that's a challenge. Let's go with Spetsnaz commander. I might change my mind and take the Zan commander later because of the Igla. Then, in terms of other units, the Vasilisk and the Nona. Nona's pretty good. Can also fire heat shells at ground targets. Vasilisk obviously should be rapid fire. I think it still is. Same as it is in Wargame. I think we take... I mean, Nona's a kind of king because they're bigger shells. And bigger shells are good. So we'll take some Nonas, I think. The Vasilisk is decent as well, though. Grad, do not touch with a barge pole. Your only artillery here is the D30, which isn't ideal, but you get 4 of them, and I wouldn't spend anything else here, personally. But I take the Nonas over the 120mm ones just because they're more maneuverable, especially with your artillery being not really mobile. Tanks should be a pretty easy set for us. Ideally, I would usually take tanks as veteran, but it does really restrict our number here because we don't get a lot of tanks in this deck. So I'd actually be tempted to... I'd take 2 of those rather than the 1 with elite. I'd take the command tank and I'd just take those as is. Sheerly, you know, just purely for the numbers. Over that, you've got the tank gun, which isn't really ideal. I mean, the weapon damage is pretty low. It is kinetic, though. So, you know, the closer you are to the enemy, the more damage you will do. You're kind of going to potentially be filling space here, though, with ATGM stuff. Those are good stealth. These are only mediocre stealth, but they have more missiles. And they fire faster. So that's your trade-off. I'm going to take the BRDM2 Conkers. I also kind of want to take that, but it's such a low weapon damage. You really have to somehow trap the enemy into getting close to you to be doing damage to them. So I don't think it's worth it. We're better off relying on the missiles and the T-64s. And T-64s, as I say, are very good. In terms of our infantry here, there are the Rozvedka here, which are forward deployable recon infantry. And you can deploy them in a UAZ with a little gun on top, but that's also recon. So I'd grab those. The Rozvedka are very good, and the Spetsnaz Gru are also very good. Very high damage RPG 27. These guys unfortunately only come in a chopper. So decisions here have to be, you know, how much you're willing to spend on this. Now technically these guys could be very good for getting around the back of the enemy bases and taking out CVs. So yes, CV sniping, I know it's dirty, but it's not going to work in big team games, but in 2v2s, 3v3s, and certainly 1v1s, you're going to get away with it most of the time, as long as you're sneaky about it. They all have bad stealth, so I mean, each to their own here. I'd probably take them with the rocket attacks and just, you know, bring them in when you know you're going to be able to get them round behind the enemy. I realise that is a very risky thing to do, and it's a very expensive, you know, that's 170 points, but if you get them round they should do a lot of damage. But that's going to be very specific situations you call them in. And I'd honestly be probably more doing that for 1v1 games, which I don't really play. Got the Rozvedka, which you can bring in a BMP, which is quite nice. You got the ATGM, you've got the cannon. So I'd bring those in. The only worry is you're limiting this deck in terms of cheap recon. So you got to start looking at the vehicles. That has very good optics. That has exceptional. You could bring in that, but obviously the stealth isn't great. The cheapest you can bring that in is 60. No, you can't even bring it. I was going to say you can bring it in at 80, but everything else is helicopters again. So really, that is the cheapest you can do. That's a real bummer for this deck. They don't have any cheap recon. That's the cheapest. Well, it's going in because it's cheap, but I don't really want it there. Let's move on to anti-air, and then we'll probably come back. So, forward deployable anti-air, yes. And these guys can come in a Screzet, which is basically a chassis with an anti-air gun strapped to the top of it. So, this comes down to a pricing thing again, is how much you want to spend. I think they're the only ones that come like that, yeah. K50 Akula anti-air. Nice chopper. Not too expensive either. 160. For Igla's gun pod. I mean, it's only got gun pods. It would be better with rockets. If it had rockets, I'd be all over that. But it probably wouldn't cost 160. So, this is the pricing thing now. Because that's going to be pretty good. Its range against helicopters isn't terrible. But it does make them a lot more expensive to bring in. And I think early game when you're rushing to the front, I'd rather just have that as it is. These guys also forward deployable. Again, some early defense against choppers mainly, I guess. They're not got a very good range against helos. You got the Strela and you've got the Afghansky. The Afghansky is a favorite from Wargame, where it is very, very cheap. This is quite inexpensive. They're only 20 points, I think, in Wargame. Which, if you doubled it, like most of the things, that would be 40 here. But again, very poor range against aircraft. And that's, I think, yeah, the best thing against aircraft here is the Strela. Which doesn't have the best... It's not the best Strela, put it that way. You're going to be relying a lot on this stuff, to be honest. Do we trust the Afghansky? Or do you just bring in something cheaper? None of it's radar. So I mean, you're just talking about flooding the map, aren't you? I think these guys on the gas, because these ones you get them, you know, they're the same price, and there isn't really a huge difference between them. No. And these have these can fire in motion. Interesting, it says aiming and shooting on the move is available, but it doesn't have an accuracy listing for it. That's weird. I'm not sure why. Helos, we have lots of helo options here, so we can have some fun with this. So you'll have noticed I like these, the rockets. So these are very good, very spammable, do a lot of damage. These are very similar. They just have half the rocket capacity. So you're kind of getting a lot more for your money there. There's obviously anti-air stuff as an option. They've got the Iglas, you've got anti-tank. The gun's pretty good on here. You've got the Akula, which is very expensive and you only get one. I didn't actually mean to click to add that, but I did. It's good, but it is very expensive. Oh, it has Vakir missiles, like my Su-25 in DCS. Rockets, big rockets, 120mm, 122mm, and Kokon missiles, which is pretty nice. It's not a bad price actually. You only get 4 missiles, but they're pretty good, those ones. That has Kokons as well. It gets 16 of them, but it's a lot more money. Not so bothered about that. It has bigger rockets, but obviously less of them overall. I'd be tempted to add this. It's only got a machine gun there rather than a big gun. I heard a ping. It will appear on my other screen in a moment. There's probably someone subscribing. Yeah, someone subscribing over on YouTube. So thank you for subscribing, whether you're watching the stream or not. Obviously, machine gunny thing, not as good as autocannon. But these aren't bad regardless. They're pretty good. I'm thinking we go with that because it's pretty cheap. And we can probably take a couple of those. I'm not so bothered about the anti-air one. I think we'll have enough forward-placed anti-air for most situations. I mean, they're only really going to be useful against other choppers. Chances of you shooting down a jet, not impossible, but slim. Let's have a look at the air tab anyway. So you get the MiG-29, which we're going to take. We like the MiG-29. You also have a cheaper option with the MiG-23. Now, bearing in mind that our AA choices are pretty poor here, I'd actually take the MiG-29s and the cheaper option with the MiG-23s, because then you have a bit of variety and you can use the MiG-23s for coming in and taking out choppers and stuff. In terms of other stuff you can bring in, we have decent tanks and we have lots of ATGMs. Options here for anti-tank are literally the Su-25. We do have the MiG-27K with the laser guided bombs now. It's quite expensive at the moment though. So in essence it's nice, but I think it might need a price rethink. HE bomber, 8 bombs, that's pretty good. Quite pricey. Got a slightly cheaper one with the MiG-27M there. It only has half as many bombs though. Seed, your only option is that, which is actually pretty good on its range. I'd probably take that because you're going to be relying on your jets a little bit in this. Cluster. The problem with the Su-25 is it's very slow. And it's a shame it's the only cluster bomber you get here, because I actually think it would be pretty good. But I'd actually, out of the two of these, I'd probably go with the anti-tank. Because at least you're firing at range and then hopefully pulling away. Rocket attack jets are good. I've not really used the MiG-27M one though. I might stick it in there. And that leaves us with needing a HE bomber. And I think it'll be the expensive one. We could actually take more jets here, but I'm just going to have a quick look through. So logistics, we've got reasonable amounts of supply and command. Here we've got a lot of infantry, and I wish I could take more infantry, is the honest answer. But I want to try the machine gun squad. A bit more than I already have. Would I take anything else here? Not really. I'm not a huge artillery fan. Here, I mean, I could be tempted to take the cannons. Whatever we take now, we can only take one thing. Because everything costs 3. I wish I had more tanks to take, is the honest answer. I don't really want to take anything else from here. And A is just... eh. That's tempting for its gun. Because it's got 3 penetration. These guys obviously don't have penetration. It's only the Akula that does. I'm very tempted to take that. We'll give it a go. I don't know why it's in the anti-air tab, because it's the only... I think that's the only helicopter that's in the anti-air tab specifically. Like, that anti-air one is there. So I don't really get that. I feel like I built a really weird deck here. But we'll give it a go. We'll save that one. But it is now 8 minutes to 12 here, so I'm afraid I am going to call it a night. If anyone has any questions about units or anything who's new to the game, please feel free to ask now. I'll hang around for a few minutes, but then I will be going to bed. I'm getting my beauty sleep. Or my old man sleep, depending on your point of view. If anyone does have any questions. Not at all, you're more than welcome. I hope it was mildly entertaining. Shame about Wargame. I usually like to do a couple of games of WARNO and then a couple of games of Wargame on a Wednesday. But I spent a long time in WARNO tonight, to be fair. I was enjoying myself. As much as there are niggly bits that bother me still about the game, I do enjoy it. But yes, if anyone has any questions, now is the time to ask. I'm more than happy to answer them. Not that I'm a super expert, but... We will also have a look and see if anyone else is streaming still. Because I can... Obviously, we've got viewers on Twitch, and I can invade people. Is anyone else doing... I think everyone is watching me on WARNO at the minute. My condolences, you poor people. No one's playing Steel Division 2. Is no one playing strategy games tonight? Surprised that no one's playing... There's really no one else... Usually there's someone on at this time from America playing Wargame. Or WARNO or something. No, I'm literally the only person streaming Wargame. Where's Phoenix tonight? I can't invade him. Alas. Fine. We shall raid the Randolphski people on Twitch. Randolphski is a Scottish streamer. He's currently playing Mount and Blade Warband. Sorry, Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord even. Why am I saying Warband? But just on the basis that I can't see anyone playing strategy at the moment. Usually there's someone playing a strategy game. We get RTS in there. No, that's a shame. Fine, we shall raid the Randolphski. Even if he isn't playing a strategy game at the moment. But he's a nice guy. Very friendly. Sorry, I'm really bad at Twitch. I'm a YouTuber. But I like to spread the love. Just like everyone else does. But thank you for watching, everyone. Please do subscribe. Check out the YouTube. It's where I do most of my stuff. I hope you all have a fantastic week. I may stream something else during the week. I don't know if I'll be doing any more WARNO, but we'll see. But I hope you all have a great evening. I'll see you all soon.